Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I welcome you all in my class. This is again the new week, and we have to end our unit 1 in this week, and we have to start with the last part of this unit, that is the Blades of Grass. This poem is written by Stephen Crane, and this poem is on page number 32 of your textbook. Okay, as far as Stephen Crane is concerned, he was born in 1871 and he died in 1900 at such a young age. When he was 29 years old, he died. He died because of a disease that was tuberculosis. And as he was born in USA, in New Jersey, so he was an American national, but he had to move to England. In New Jersey, he worked as a journalist, and then he moved to England in 1885. He had written his second novel because his first novel did not receive good readership. So the second novel, it was hailed as a masterpiece. उसको बहुत वेलकम किया गया था, and it had become very popular in short span of time. Then in 1897, his novel was received warmly in England, and the other works include 2 volumes of poetry and short stories. Then he died of tuberculosis in 1900. As far as this poem is concerned, that is Blades of Grass. Yes, through that name, we will come to know that the poet is going to tell something about the blades of grass. अब blades of grass क्या है? ये घास को कह रहा है, घास के जो पत्ते हैं, leaves हैं, उनके बारे में बात कर रहा है. Actually, the central idea of the poem is we need to give importance to humility. Over here, he emphasized the importance of humility and the piety. And he want to say that this thing, the humility and the piety, comes with not being overly prideful in ourselves. ठीक है, अगर हम बहुत बूस्टफुल होंगे, बहुत प्राउड होंगे ऑन आवर ह्यूमिलिटी एंड पाइटी, तो डेफिनेटली वी विल नॉट बी पायस. अब यहाँ पे क्या है, जो टेक्निक द पोइट हैड बीन यूजिंग इन दिस पोएम, दैट वाज पर्सोनिफिकेशन. एक्चुअली दिस पोएम इज़ अ मैसेज टू ह्यूमन बीइंग. दिस पोएम इज़ रिटन फॉर द पीपल. he wanted to convey the message to the people, but with the help of the blades of grass, he was more comfortable to convey that message. अब वो message क्या है, that we will read later on after reading the poem, but we have to understand कि उसने कौन से mechanism use किया है in order to convey his message, that was personification. अब personification क्या है? What is personification? Personification क्या होता है? That is talking about inanimate and abstract objects as if they were human. A blade of grass is an abstract object, ठीक है ना? It's an inanimate thing. ये human like नहीं है, but we give human feelings to that blades of grass. वो उसके साथ इस तरह से मुखातिब है कि जैसे कि वो humans हैं, ठीक है. The poet is talking to the blades of grass as if they are human. तो ये personify कर रहा है grass को and given the human feelings to that blade of grass. ठीक है, इस बात को समझ लें कि पर्सोनिफिकेशन क्या है. पर्सोनिफिकेशन इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इनएनिमेट एंड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स एज इफ दे वर ह्यूमन. So as far as its rhyming mechanism is concerned, there is not any specific rhyming mechanism. However, it retains a lyrical rich tone, and it is written in free verse. And the next thing that is very important, that there is the structure. It has the structure of a narrative with a dialogue between God and blades of grass, and the setting of the poem is heaven. The poet over here creates rich visual imagery by being blades of grass standing in front of God. अब एक imagery भी create की गई है कि blades of grass, they have been standing in front of the God, and this was the day of judgment, and the setting is in heaven. So all the blades of grass, they had gathered around the God, and God is sitting on his throne and had been listening to all blades of grass. So it's a dialogue between God and blades of grass. So इसको दोबारा से एक दफ़ा रिव्यू कर लेते हैं कि what we have read about the poem. We have read about the poem that the poet has given or emphasized the importance of humility and piety. सेकेंडली उसने क्या कहा, इसके लिए उसने जो टेक्निक इस चीज़ को एम्फेसाइज करने के लिए, द टेक्निक दैट ही हैड यूज इज़ दैट ऑफ पर्सोनिफिकेशन. then it is written in the form of free verse. इसकी जो setting है that is in heaven. There is no specific rhyming mechanism over here, and even then if there is no rhyming mechanism, there is a lyrical rich tone in the poem we can observe and we can see and feel. फिर visual imagery use की गई है by using blades of grass standing in front of God. Okay, let's have a reading of the poem. In heaven some little blades of grass stood before God. What did you do? Then all, save one of the little blades, began eagerly to relate the merits of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. So what we see over here, that God asked them, blades of grass, they have been standing in front of the God, and God asked them that what did you do on earth? So then all, save one of little blades. Just save one means lay behind just one. The remaining blades of grass, they began eagerly, they impatiently started narrating what beautiful life they had lived on earth, और उनकी लाइफ से क्या है, कितने फ़ायदा हुआ है दूसरों को. And just one stayed behind and he seemed to be ashamed. राइट, दीज आर द पैराफ्रेज ऑफ द लाइन्स. अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा और डीपली देखें तो हमने कहा कि पर्सोनिफिकेशन टेक्निक यूज़ की गई है. ओवर हियर ब्लेड्स ऑफ ग्रास हैव बीन पर्सोनिफाइड एक्चुअली थ्रू दीज ब्लेड्स ऑफ ग्रास. द पोएट वांट द पीपल that the people or the readers to realize this thing, that there would be the day of judgment, and we all have to gather around the God and we have to tell him about the life that we have spent on earth. सो साथ में अगर इस बात को थोड़ा सा इस तरह से सोच लें कि जिस तरह से वी ह्यूमन बीइंग आर सो लाइक इंथुजियास्टिक टू रिलेट आवर गुड डीड्स टू अदर पीपल, हम जिस तरह से बूस्ट ऑफ करते हैं, जिस तरह से हम बड़े जो हैं वो शौक़ी से अपने दूसरों को अपनी अच्छी अच्छी गुड डीड्स के बारे में बताते हैं, अपनी नेकियों के बारे में बताते हैं. और कंसिडरेड इन अ वे, जब मदर घर पे नहीं होती हैं, व्हेन शी कम्स बैक एंड शी आस्क्स द चिल्ड्रन अबाउट देयर डीड्स what they had done the whole day in her absence, तो बच्चे जो हैं वो बड़ी enthusiastically they started relating of what good they had done the whole day. तो अपनी bad deeds को छुपा लेते हैं, ऐसे ही है ना. तो अभी उसमें यहाँ पे भी वो क्या कह रहा है, वो कह रहा है कि भी लाइक द ऑल ब्लेड्स ऑफ ग्रास, दे वर सो ईगर, दे वर सो impatient to tell God about their good deeds, and but just one blade of grass lay behind and he was as if he was ashamed, right? So इसको हम personification के थ्रू अगर हम इसको अनलॉक करें तो हमें ये पता चलता है कि people had gathered around the God and they were telling about their good deeds, but just one or few they would lay behind and they would feel ashamed. This is the explanation. Then in the second stanza, presently God said, and what did you do? The little blade answered, oh my Lord, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them. Then God in his all splendor arose from his throne. Oh, best little blade of grass, he said. अब इसमें क्या है, ऐसे जैसे जिस तरह से अल्लाह ताला ने जो है the God had created us and he had given us the wisdom to differentiate between good and bad deeds, and we are answerable to God for our good and bad deeds. So we have a belief that evildoers will be punished harshly and those who have done good deeds will be rewarded. So what the poet had wanted to say over here, that we should not feel pride on our good deeds, right? It should not be like that we should put all these good deeds on our shoulders as a medals and to tell to people that how good we are, राइट. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि हमें अपनी गुड डीड्स को जो है वो ऐसे पिन अप कर लेना चाहिए ऑन आवर शोल्डर्स दैट दीज आर द रिवॉर्ड्स एंड मेडल्स, और हमें जो है वो जो है एक पायस पर्सन कंसिडर करते हुए वी शुड बी रिवॉर्डेड. ठीक है, तो ऑन अर्थ इट शुड नॉट बी डन. सिमिलरली ओवर हियर क्या है, इस ब्लेड्स ऑफ ग्रास के थ्रू जो है वो ही वांटेड टू कन्वे द मैसेज कि जैसे उसने कहा कि मेमोरी इज़ बिटर टू मी दैट आई डिड नॉट लिव अ वेरी कंफर्टेबल लाइफ ऑन अर्थ, आई वाज सेंड ओवर हियर टू डू समथिंग गुड. मतलब ये अगर हम ये सोचें कि ह्यूमन का भी पर्पस क्या है, मैन वाज सेंड टू spread love on earth. ठीक है ना, हम यहाँ पे बोस्टिंग करने के लिए या प्राइड करने के लिए तो नहीं भेजे गए ना, हमें तो यहाँ पे भेजा गया है क्योंकि हम मोहब्बत का पैगाम जो अल्लाह का पैगाम है उसको दुनिया में पहुँचाएँ. सो ही सेड दैट कि मेमोरी इज़ बिटर टू मी फॉर इफ़ आई डिड गुड डीड्स. मतलब ये कि अगर इंसान को यहाँ पे भेजा गया है टू डू समथिंग गुड, तो वी नीड नॉट टू रिमेंबर द गुड डीड्स एंड वी शुड नॉट पिन अप दोज गुड डीड्स ऑन आवर शोल्डर्स. हमें तो कहा गया कि नेकी करो और दरिया में डाल. तो इस ब्लेड ऑफ ग्रास ने उसने अपनी सही अपने जो अपना जो उसकी जॉब थी उसको उसने अच्छे तरीके से परफॉर्म किया. और उसके बाद जो है he declared this thing that he if he had done something good, as he wasn't sure of this thing that either this would be taken as a good deed or not, he knew not of them. और फिर God जो है with all his splendor, with all his grandeur, he arose from his throne and he declared that he was the best blade of grass. Right? So यहाँ पे poet क्या कह रहा है? One should remain humble and repentant. So with that humbleness, with this feeling of repentance, he had pleased, the blade of grass had pleased God. And this is actually the demand of the poet from us, that we need not to be so boastful about our good deeds, and we should remain humble, and we should have the repentance on what wrong we had done. So I have quoted some lines that every time you do a good deed, you shine the light a little further into the dark. And the thing is, when you are gone, that light is going to keep shining on, pushing the shadows back. You should be like this candle. You should be like this flame. Right, girls? So thank you very much for today. Tomorrow we will start with its exercise with the short questions that you can make. Actually, if you look into your paper pattern, you will see that central idea or critical analysis or question based central idea based question would come in the paper of 4 marks. So for 4 marks we have to answer like in 5 to 6 lines. तो कल हम इंशाल्लाह इसकी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर टुडे.